That's your problems. Nobody vets anybody.
But the thing is, Colin, right, imagine that we start vetting everybody who wants social housing. Imagine that councils start vetting everybody. You are going to get a certain percentage of people who will not pass that vetting. But you can't have them out on the street to live with their kids in cardboard boxes. They have to have a house. They're
Let me explain. I saw this and all. In the old days, you know, there were none of this having to find them an house. The kids were put into care. The kids were put in care. And then what the kids did then, come up into better children. I went to a school called, oh, wait a minute now, Redder. I went to a school called Blackcourt School. Thomas Henshaw built that for lads who had no fathers. And they lived in. And every one of them lads turned out good, nearly. There were 300 odd living in and 800 dear boys.
You can't take people's kids off them because they're homeless.
Listen, it's all right. My father got killed in war. Right? Who helped my mother? My grandma. Do you know my mother had to go out to work? Nobody helped her. Nobody found her house. And my dad worked for what before war? He was a manager. He had his own car. My mother finished up back in ammunitions and then back in Melchester. Listen, it was our time. You see, I'll tell you something else, Senator. I'm a builder, right? And I built some houses in a place called Upper Mill at Saddleworth in 1970, before all these big builders were coming, all these rich kids. And I built these houses, and they were townhouses. And I couldn't believe it. People were queuing up for them. And nobody ever wanted to work up there. When I worked for West Riding, nobody ever wanted to live up Saddleworth. And then there were another thing. I'll give you an example. St Mary's Wide. Why didn't they put the terrace roads back for them? Why do you have to have gardens? We never had a garden when I was a kid. We had plenty of blackjacks.
I suppose what the thought was that social housing would be exactly that. You would provide lovely housing stock with gardens that were fit for